Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway and suddenly a car passes you that looks like it just teleported from the future. You squint and your brain screams, wait, what is that thing? Then it hits you. You're not looking at just another Ferrari or Lamborghini. You're staring at a machine so rare, so expensive, and so powerful that only billionaires can afford to park it in their garage. Forget your average Rolls-Royce or Bugatti. Today we're talking about the 15 luxury cars so rare, even most millionaires will never even touch the steering wheel. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll either be drooling or wondering why on earth anyone would spend $20 million on 4 wheels and an engine. Now buckle up. Because this is not your typical cars of the rich list. Nope, we're going under the hood, literally. We'll dive into the design, the tech, the billionaire owners, and yes, the wild stories behind each one. Let's start with number 1. First up, the black diamond of the car world, the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, literally the black car. And yes, this beast is just as mysterious as it sounds. Price tag around $18.7 million. That's right, this one car cost more than a private island in the Bahamas. Built to celebrate Bugatti's 110th anniversary, this car is a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. We are talking a handcrafted carbon fiber body, an 8-liter W16 engine with 4 turbochargers, pumping out 1,479 horsepower. That's like strapping the power of 3 fighter jets into a luxury vehicle. Top speed over 260 miles per hour. Let me put it in perspective. If you floor this thing, by the time you blink, you've already broken the speed limit. And who owns this futuristic Batmobile? None other than football legend Cristiano Ronaldo. Honestly, it makes sense. The guy scores goals for fun, earns $100 million a year and needs something flashy to match his ego. His talent. Next, we have something that looks less like a car and more like a yacht on wheels, the Rolls-Royce Sweptail. Price tag? A casual $13 million. And here's the kicker. It was built for one anonymous billionaire. That's right, Rolls-Royce won't even reveal the name. Talk about billionaire hide and seek. The Sweptail took 4 years to build. Why? Because the owner basically said, I want a car that looks like my yacht, my private jet, and my mansion all had a baby. And Rolls-Royce said, say less. The rear is designed to mimic luxury yachts with a giant panoramic glass roof. Inside, leather, rare wood, polished metal, and more custom detailing than a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon's office. And get this, the center console actually hides a mechanism that serves champagne with matching crystal flutes at the press of a button. Imagine rolling up to the drive-thru, pressing a button, and boom, champagne. McDonald's Sprite could never. Third on our list is a car so rare, even the guy who built it barely owns one. The Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta. Only 3 exist in the entire world. Price? $17.5 million. This open-top monster looks like a spaceship with wheels. Named after its creator, Horacio Pagani, the Zonda HP Barchetta is his personal dream car. It features a 7.3-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine, custom blue carbon fiber bodywork, and wheels with partially covered rear arches that give it a look straight out of science fiction. It's basically the kind of car Iron Man would daily drive if he lived in Monaco. And here's the crazy part. Pagani built one for himself and 2 others for clients. So imagine creating your own 17 million toy, driving it around, and then telling your billionaire friends, sorry, you can't have mine, but I might sell you the other 2. That's billionaire flexing at its finest. Yup, Cristiano shows up on this list twice, because apparently one insanely rare Bugatti isn't enough. He also owns the Bugatti Centodieci. Price? Around $9 million. This car is Bugatti's tribute to its legendary EB110 model from the 1990s. Only 10 units were ever made, and Ronaldo snatched one of them. Now what makes this machine special isn't just its exclusivity, it's the engineering. The Centodieci packs the same 8-liter W16 quad-turbo engine as the Chiron, but Bugatti shaved off about 44 pounds, tweaked the aerodynamics, and pushed the horsepower to a mind-melting 1,600. That's enough to make a rocket blush. And the design? Let's be honest, it kind of looks like a spaceship had a baby with an origami sculpture. But Ronaldo doesn't care. He already has a garage that looks like a car museum, so why not add a 9 million piece of modern art? For him, it's like buying an extra pair of sneakers, except these sneakers could outrun a jet on the runway. Now buckle up because this one looks like something Batman would drive if he also did rap concerts on the side. The Mercedes-Benz Maybach Exelero. Price tag about $8 million. Only one was ever made. This beast was originally commissioned by a German tire company, Fulda, back in 2004. They wanted a one-off supercar to test high-performance tires at ridiculous speeds. Mercedes said sure and gave birth to the Exelero, a 5.9-liter twin-turbo V12 monster producing 700 horsepower and hitting a top speed of 218 miles per hour. Not bad for a car that weighs as much as a small tank. And who got their hands on it? Well, rapper Jay-Z famously featured it in his music video for Lost One. But the real owner? A German billionaire who, let's be honest, probably just drives it to scare pedestrians and remind people that money really can buy anything. If Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark had a collab car, this would be it. Coming in at number 6, we have a car so blindingly shiny it literally sparkles in the sunlight. Meet the Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita. Price tag $8 million. And who owns one? Boxing legend Floyd Money Mayweather. Because of course he does. Now, what makes the Trevita special is its bodywork. Instead of traditional carbon fiber, Koenigsegg developed a special diamond weave carbon fiber. That's right, this car's body literally sparkles like it's been dipped in glittering jewels. Under the hood, a 4.8-liter twin supercharged V8 with 1018 horsepower. Top speed, over 250 miles per hour. Mayweather bought one of the only two in existence. That's right, two. And he reportedly drove it only a handful of times before selling it. Why? Probably because he realized that when your car sparkles brighter than your diamond-encrusted Rolex, you're just asking to get pulled over for blinding traffic cops. Number 7 is one of the wildest designs Lamborghini has ever unleashed. The Lamborghini Veneno. Price tag around $4.5 million. Production, only 3 coupes and 9 roadsters exist in the entire world. And one of them ended up in the garage of the late Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the former president of the... Because when your country literally swims in oil money, you don't buy cars. You collect them like Pokemon holographics. This car was built to celebrate Lamborghini's 50th anniversary. It's powered by a 6.5-liter V12 producing 740 horsepower. And it looks like a fighter jet that lost its wings and decided to hit the streets. 0 to 60, just 2.8 seconds. Top speed, 221 miles per hour. Honestly, calling it a car feels wrong. This thing looks like it was designed by a 12-year-old with a ruler and too many Red Bulls. But billionaires love it, and the Sheikh's Veneno has probably never touched a public road. Because when you're worth hundreds of billions, cars are art pieces, not transportation. Now, if you thought the Sweptail was wild, meet its even richer cousin, the Rolls-Royce Boat Tail. Price tag, a jaw-dropping $28 million. That's not a typo. This is currently the most expensive new car in the world. Only 3 were ever built, and each one was custom made for a billionaire client. Now, Rolls-Royce never officially revealed who bought them, but rumors say one belongs to none other than Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Makes sense. When your combined net worth is around $2 billion, you're not buying a Tesla Model X. You're commissioning a car that looks like a yacht on wheels. The Boat Tail's party trick? The rear deck opens up to reveal what Rolls-Royce calls a hosting suite, complete with a parasol, silver cutlery, champagne fridge, and matching dinnerware. Basically, it's the world's fanciest picnic basket. The engine? A V12, because of course. But let's be real, the Boat Tail isn't about speed. It's about showing up to a yacht party and saying, sorry guys, I brought my own yacht on land. Imagine rolling up to Costco in this thing and popping open your rear deck to reveal chilled champagne. People would lose their minds. But hey, that's billionaire life for you. Ninth on our list is a car that looks less like a car and more like it crash landed from another galaxy, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Price? About $3 million. But calling it a car feels unfair. It's basically a Formula 1 car dressed up just enough to be legal on the streets. This was a collaboration between Aston Martin and Red Bull Racing, designed by legendary F1 engineer Adrian Newey. Under the hood, a 5-liter naturally aspirated V12 paired with an electric motor, producing a combined 160 horsepower. 0 to 60, 2.5 seconds. Top speed, 250 miles per hour. And one of the proud owners, Lawrence Stroll, Canadian billionaire and owner of the Aston Martin F1 team. For him, it's not just about owning a hypercar, it's about owning the bragging rights of saying, My road car was designed by the same guy who builds F1 race winners. This thing is so extreme, it doesn't even have normal mirrors. Instead, it uses cameras and screens inside the cabin. It's basically the iPhone of cars, except instead of 1000, it's 3 million. And instead of dropping it on the sidewalk, you'd better pray you don't scratch it on a speed bump. Coming in at number 10, we've got the Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio. Price tag, about $3 million. Production, only 6 ever built. And rumor has it one of them sits in the garage of Prince Albert II of Monaco. Because let's face it, if you're running a micro country filled with casinos, yachts and tax-free billionaires, you're not rolling around in a Toyota Prius. The Sergio was built as a tribute to legendary designer Sergio Pininfarina. It's based on the Ferrari 458 Spider, but with a futuristic, open-top design that makes it look more like a concept car than something you'd actually drive. It has a 4.5-liter V8 with 562 horsepower, hitting 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds flat. But the real appeal here isn't the numbers, it's the exclusivity. Owning one is like owning a priceless painting that also happens to scream at 9,000 RPM. Let's be real, if you drive this car through Monaco, you're not flexing, you're just blending in. Because on those streets, the traffic jam looks like a car show already. At number 11, the Bugatti returns to the list, this time with the Bugatti Divo. Price tag, around $5.8 million. Production, only 40 units worldwide. And guess who grabbed one? Yup, Floyd Money Mayweather. Because if you're nicknamed Money and you don't own 2 Bugattis, are you really living up to the brand? The Divo isn't just another version of the Chiron, it's a track-focused beast. With the same quad-turbo W16 engine, it produces 1,500 horsepower. But what sets it apart is its sharper aerodynamics, lighter frame, and a suspension setup tuned for corners instead of straight-line speed. Top speed, 236 mph. It looks meaner, it drives sharper, and it costs more than most people will earn in 10 lifetimes. Mayweather bought it to add to his car museum, which reportedly has over 100 cars. If you're wondering why you never see him driving it on the streets, well, let's just say putting a 6 million car in a Vegas parking lot is asking for heartbreak. This is the kind of car you don't just park. You surround it with velvet ropes and a bodyguard named Tiny, who can bench press a pickup truck. Number 12 is a car you've probably seen flying through skyscrapers in Fast and Furious 7. Yes, I'm talking about the Lykan Hypersport. Price tag, around $3.4 million. Production, only 7 units. And most of them ended up in the hands of Middle Eastern royalty, including the royal family of Qatar. This car was built by W Motors, a company based in Dubai. And it's as much jewelry as it is automobile. Why? Because the headlights are literally embedded with 220 diamonds. Yep, diamonds in the headlights. Because nothing says money like lighting the road with actual gemstones. Under the hood, it's got a twin-turbo flat-6 engine pushing out 780 horsepower, hitting 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds with a top speed of 245 mph. But here's the thing, if you crash this car, you're not just paying for repairs. You're calling a jeweler, an insurance adjuster, and probably your therapist. Number 13 isn't just a car, it's a piece of history. The legendary Ferrari 250 GTO. Price tag, around $70 million. That's right, $70 million, making it one of the most expensive cars ever sold in history. And the proud owner? David MacNeil, billionaire founder of WeatherTech. This car is from the 1960s with only 36 units ever built. It was a racing legend, dominating tracks with its 3.0-liter V12 engine and timeless Italian design. But today, it's less about horsepower and more about heritage. Collectors consider it the Mona Lisa of cars. When MacNeil bought his for $70 million, it shattered records and made headlines worldwide. $70 million for a car. For that money, you could buy an entire fleet of private jets or, 70 Bugatti Chirons. But let's be honest, none of those come close to the aura of a Ferrari 250 GTO. This isn't a car you drive. This is a car you keep in a climate-controlled vault, guarded like the crown jewels. At number 14, we return to the mad genius of Horacio Pagani with the Pagani Huayra Imola. Price tag, around $5.4 million. Only 5 ever built, and all were handpicked by Pagani for his billionaire clients. Talk about an exclusive club. The Huayra Imola is named after the famous Imola racetrack in Italy. It's powered by a 6.0-liter Mercedes-AMG V12 with 827 horsepower, wrapped in lightweight carbon titanium bodywork. Every inch of this machine screams track weapon. but with the attention to detail of a luxury watch. Think of it as a missile wearing a tuxedo, and the owners? Pagani won't even reveal their names, which is peak billionaire behavior. Imagine having a car worth 5 million and saying, yeah, but don't tell anyone, I like to keep it low-key. That's like buying the Mona Lisa and hanging it in your bathroom. And finally, number 15, the legend of legends, the McLaren F1. Price tag? Around $20 million today depending on the model. Only 106 were ever made in the 1990s. And one of the most famous owners? None other than Elon Musk. When Musk made millions from selling PayPal, the very first car he bought was a McLaren F1. Back then, it cost around 1 million. Today, that same car is worth about 20 times more. The F1 was way ahead of its time. Carbon fiber monocoque chassis, central driving position with 2 passenger seats on either side, and a 1-liter BMW V12 pushing 627 horsepower. Top speed 240 mph. For nearly 2 decades, it held the record as the fastest production car in the world. Fun fact, Elon Musk actually crashed his McLaren F1 in 2000 without insurance. Imagine totaling a 20 million car. That's the kind of problem only billionaires have. For most of us, crashing a Toyota Corolla is devastating. For Musk, it was just Tuesday. And there you have it, the 15 luxury cars so rare, so outrageous that only billionaires can call them their own. From Ronaldo's futuristic Bugattis to Beyoncé's $28 million yacht on wheels, to Elon Musk's legendary McLaren F1, these aren't just cars. They're status symbols, they're rolling works of art, they're billionaire toys. But here's the real question, if you had billionaire money, which one would you buy? The diamond-coated Koenigsegg, the 70 million Ferrari, or would you skip all of them and just get a reliable Toyota Camry? Hey, no judgment. If you enjoyed this billionaire garage tour, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because we've got even crazier stories coming your way. And before you go, check out this video right here on screen. We're diving into the most expensive private jets in the world. Trust me. If you thought 70 million cars were insane, wait till you see what billionaires are flying in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.